Satan, nature is part of Satan's entity. So when you have a marijuana leaf that's perfectly symmetrical, check this out. If you go and do something like this, like a witch does, you're gonna notice. I'm not gonna tell you how I did it. You gotta be creative. Like, get into Satan. You gotta know what Satan is. You gotta get into Satan and be creative. You don't have to. You don't even say be creative. When it comes to witches, they do shit without talking. They have something that's bigger than language altogether, as a doing of themselves. They do something that is completely without language. Like when a witch or when somebody levitates, they're not talking. You don't talk about it. So I mean, you can, but mainly when you have that kind of power, when you have that kind of energy to be able to do something like that, it's not about talking. It's not about language. It's on a whole nother level besides language. So when you do something like this, try it, dude. Anybody that's down with Satan and wants to live forever, do this. Go get any kind of bark or anything from nature and get your shit together and then fucking make a craft. Like witchcraft, this is witchcraft. Make something. I'm telling you motherfuckers how witchcraft originated. I'm telling you what it does. I'm telling you who Satan is, what the fuck to do to fucking live forever, what to do to connect to witches, what to do to connect to entities and demons if you want to. And so what you do is you do something like this. You be creative. You don't just like you can I could have put these in a circle. I could have just make them touch end to end. But what I did is I make them touch. This is how nature works. I made them touch everywhere that the stick, when I lay the one stick down and everywhere it's touching the ground is where I continued the next splinter of the next stick. And this is what happened. That's why witchcraft shit, if you ever find it or if you ever see it on TV, it's really fucking symmetrical, creepy looking. Sometimes it scared the shit out of you. If you're around a witch enough and you see witchcraft, some sort of bundle or something, it's gonna scare the fucking shit out of you, dude. It could traumatize somebody. But traumatization is just language, and traumatization isn't a bad thing. Language stops. Traumatization doesn't. But traumatization, you can't describe what the fuck I'm talking about because there's way more in life than language and people and nature. Nature is the number one thing. So when you see a marijuana leaf and how fucking symmetrical it is, there's no plant in the world that's as symmetrical as a marijuana leaf. And that's because the weed is so fucking good for you that it fucking gets your mind right. You get paranoid and shit because you're actually you're actually noticing shit. You're actually noticing shit, and shit is not nice. People are not cool. If you ever fucking do lean, Robitussin, anything like that, dude, you're gonna realize that everybody hates each other in the world. You fucking hate each other. You hate the way shit works because we came off of this. We started from a torture chamber. I'll do another video on that. But we started in a torture chamber, and we don't we started ourselves from there. It wasn't creation, but we started in a torture chamber, and we started out from that. After that, all of our knowledge, once we were possessed by Satan in a torture chamber, then yeah, once we were possessed by Satan in a torture chamber, we're no longer an entity of our own. When you're possessed, you're no longer an entity of your own. I don't exactly understand that, but I'll figure it out and I'll fucking hit you guys up. But check this shit out. This shit is everybody hates each other because we do shit wrong. Compared to nature, when a plant grows, that's because it's part of Satan's entity. Satan is perfect. It's not God. There's no such thing as God. Okay? So when you do something like this, but anyways, that's how I did this. And so, and after I did this, a bird just walked straight up to me at like 20 feet away, and then I put my head up and it flew away. That's just part of how, if you do this kind of shit, nature is gonna come after you. Nature is gonna happen. Like you can get struck by lightning fucking with this shit. But normally, if you get struck by lightning, dude, you're fucking tripping wrong. Like, death is not nature. Nature is clouds and life. Our entity is not a body. It's not a human. An entity is something that's unseen. And our body, we're just inside of our body. So when you do something like this, nature's gonna incline to you. Nature's gonna connect with you. So you gotta understand this shit. Motherfuckers, follow my channel. I'm gonna be coming out. I'm gonna be fucking doing this shit. I'm gonna live forever, dog. So check this shit out. When I fucking tell you motherfuckers what's up, this shit is real, dog. I've fucking seen Satan. And so check this shit out. Look at this. This is just my first. I found out that the best way to live forever is to kill people, because that's the way that your entity, in other words your mind, gets insight on how to live forever, on how to enjoy nature, the world, life, anything you want to know, anything you want to do, everything is possible. So when you fucking do something like this and you realize that weed is like the same way. Anything that's a plant is gonna be. All right, I kind of lost what I was talking about, but this is what's up, dude. I just fucked around for 2 seconds and made this, and it's fucking perfectly symmetrical, and that's an exact example of how nature works and how witches live forever, because they're doing this shit out in the woods, and they're connecting with Satan, because the closest we can get to Satan is the closest we can get to Satan is by killing somebody, because Satan, that's the reason people get old, is because Satan. I'll make videos on all this shit separately, but Satan, that's the reason we get old. Satan is killing us because we're not going with nature, and nature's killing us because we're not going perfectly with it. You can keep a youthful face all your life if you just worship Satan and do. This is what worshiping Satan is. You incline with nature on a fucking another level. You will see and experience shit that you never fucking thought was possible. This is the first step to levitation and shit like that. Anything's possible, whatever you want to do. So when you kill somebody, that's Satan is right there. You cut off Satan. You got in front of Satan, but it's like an equality thing. You know what I'm saying? Just like the little equal sign right there. All this shit, dude. All this shit can make sense. I could make this a sign online probably and fucking sell it as a fucking symbol. You know what I'm saying? But check it out. When you do shit like this, it's just like killing somebody, because you're becoming as equal as you can with Satan. Nature is Satan's entity's part of Satan's entity. So you do this kind of shit and you're gonna live forever, but you can't. You can do it any way you want, but you gotta connect to nature to live forever. And the witches are doing the shit. So peep game, motherfuckers, make a motherfucker wet. This is Eastside. EGB is my set, throwing it up, and stay ill.